See him every once in a while. And Megan, how about you? Said you coached, you played for a legend,
yeah.
And everybody knows Dave Strong's in the girls in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I went to his dinner when he was inaugurated and when he was inducted, and I was so pleased to be there that he would invite me. So, talk to me a little bit about what it's like playing for Coach Strong, and then your volleyball coach, who's definitely not a legend, but somebody who's up and coming.
Yeah. Well, volleyball, I've had numerous coaches, probably like 4 throughout the years. But I mean, I liked them all. There was definitely this coach I had, Coach Atwood, this year. He was great. He was just out of college, so he's young, but he knew his volleyball, and it was a lot of fun. We did really well this year. So, and then Coach Strong, what can you say? Like, you know, through 4 years, we've gotten really close. You know, like he's an awesome man, like on and off the court. He's really funny if you ever get to know him. Like you ask any of the girls on the team, he'll crack jokes, and it's so funny. Like we'll be on the floor laughing. But and then basketball wise, he's one of the best. You know, one of the best there is. So.
Let me ask this, because you've all mentioned, you know, Peter, you'd mentioned, you know, helped start the hockey program. It kind of started from the bottom up. What's some advice? Let's go to the advice part of this. Gene, what advice would you give an incoming freshman that would come to Massac and, you know, maybe they had a great Little League career or a great AYSO career or a great Pop Warner football or AYF football career? What advice would you give them about the difference there is from that to playing high school sports? I
would say definitely get involved. Whether you're if you're contemplating the subject of getting involved with sports, is definitely something you should do, because I mean, there's nothing you can lose by trying out for a team, even if maybe you haven't had prior experience. Like I started lacrosse freshman year because our town didn't have a youth lacrosse program, and like everybody was in the same boat. It was a lot of fun. You have really nothing to lose, so definitely get involved.
Peter, how about you? What's the differences from playing youth sports to going in and playing high school sports?
I didn't play lacrosse in youth sports because it was not offered, but hockey, the team I played for played out of Shelton, and the kids came from all over the area. It wasn't just Massac or Monroe students. So when I got to Massac, I felt like there was more of a close-knit playing with those kids, because you saw them every day in school, carpooled to practice. It was a totally different experience, a lot more competitive, a lot more strenuous on the body. And not only that, you still had academics you needed to worry about, passing your classes, whether to play on this team.
Megan, you played 2 sports. I mean, you know, is there a big difference from rec basketball to high school basketball?
You know, I mean, basketball is basketball, but definitely when you get to Massac and you see, you know, Dave Strong again, it's kind of like intimidating, definitely, but there's a lot more personal responsibility you have to do. You have to balance academics, sports, friends, family, all that stuff.
A lot more competition.
Yeah, but mostly it's the same. You just gotta make sure that you handle it yourself, and I mean, they're not gonna baby you. You gotta really step up and like grow up, kind of. You might be a freshman playing on varsity, but you got to be able to handle the pressure.
So if you have a hissy fit as a freshman, that's probably not a good idea for you.
Probably not.
And I got, obviously in high school sports, the emphasis is a little bit more on winning, and that kind of like differentiates players at different levels. Yeah. So I mean, how do you know, Peter? How do you see that as an issue for kids coming into a high school program from, they might have been a big player on their Little League team?
I think they need to realize that when they get to high school, there's small fish in a big sea, pretty much. But there's always room for someone to step up, whether you're a freshman or a senior. If, like the basketball team, if someone gets injured, there's a spot that's going to be calling your name, and you need to rise up and get above that level and exceed your expectations and take that spot. I think that's where the competitiveness comes. Like freshman year, we had a great year. The year before I got there, there was a lot of spots open. I didn't really expect to play, but when I got out on the ice with the team, I competed. I worked myself that much harder to get that spot, which I was rewarded with.
So, Gene, hard work is the key phrase there. That it's
hard work, definitely. No matter whether it's like stress or competition or like all the negative things about it, everyone has to just keep in mind, like, the main thing is to have fun, and it's not worth playing it if you're constantly upset over something or not enjoying it, or it's the whole point is to have fun for high school sports.
Right, next play, the next play mentality.
Yep.
You got the next play coming.
Yep.
You know, on another level, you guys have played different sports. What do you like best about soccer? What do you like best about lacrosse, Jane?
Just having 2 ACL injuries playing soccer, it was a lot easier to enjoy lacrosse just because of those injuries. Definitely.
Peter, you were a 2-sport person too, lacrosse and hockey. Hockey, obviously, your primary. What do you think are the similarities and the differences there?
I think the similarities, which really got me to lacrosse, is I think lacrosse is pretty much, it's a very similar thing to hockey. It's just played on the field with a bunch more guys, and it's a team sport, which I really like, in being involved, part of a team. The difference is, I guess I'm not that good at lacrosse compared to hockey. But otherwise, I don't think they're that much different.
Contact, running up and down,
Yeah,
skating up and down.
they both hurt.
And they both hurt. Now, Megan, how about yourself? In volleyball and basketball, some of the same skills.
They're actually really similar because I used to play like softball, soccer, all that, and I like indoor sports. I like no sun in my face kind of thing, you know. But yeah, they're both teamwork kind of thing. I played with 2 of my best friends of all time. I've played with on the teams for years, so I don't know, just mostly that team kind of dynamic I liked a lot in the basketball, volleyball.
Let's talk a little bit, take it back to athletics in your future. You're all going off to college, which is great. Glad to see that, and most all of our students do go off to college, and that's wonderful. So, Jane, you're going to be going off to college next year, and you're going to have 4 years of memories at Massac, sports, athletics, social, etc. What do you think sports brings to the table relative to you going off to college next year? How do you think that's going to help you? Even if you never play another sport, another day in a sport, how do you think that's helped you?
I think it's helped me grow as a person. I've been able to learn how to time management and what has to be done and how to plan in advance, or like set my priorities. It's definitely helped to do that.
Megan, how about you?
Well, I'm going to be playing sports still, but definitely it'll be different because it's kind of like you got to step up because you don't have to go to classes in college, you know? It's kind of up to you, but if you really want to keep playing sports, like I'm going to want to keep playing volleyball, I got to keep going. Like, I got to keep my grades up, make my parents happy, first of all, of course, but definitely I'll have to do it myself.
And Peter?
Just getting back to working hard. You always have to set the bar high for yourself, and you never know, you may go higher than that bar. I think as you grow up in life, you need to, your standards increase, and I think being a part of a team, being a part of a family pretty much, wanting to win, you always want to go that extra mile, and I think the extra mile will help when you get to college.
You all talked about friendships in the sports world. Has there been friendships, and I don't want to get into personal stuff, but have there been friendships that maybe didn't occur or didn't go as far because of sports?
I don't really recall
Okay.
many.
All right. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a fair answer. How about you, Megan?
I mean, there's always what ifs, like what if you didn't do this, but I never like had a breakup with a friend over playing sports mostly.
And that's good. Peter, how about you?
Well, like most of my closest friends do play hockey and lacrosse. I don't think I've really lost any friends due to the time I had to put in, because I wouldn't let that happen to a good friend of mine.
Good answer. Now, another couple of weeks, you're all going to go to graduation. And I get to be there this year too, so I'm excited about that. What are you going to be thinking about when you get handed that diploma, Peter?
Probably just getting off the stage. I just can't wait for the next step in life. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know what it's going to bring to me. I don't know how it's going to change me, but I'm just really looking forward to it.